developing your method section, you want to try to include the following. You want to talk about your participants, your materials, and your design, as well as your procedure. So I would recommend dividing up your method section into 3 different sections, and each section having its own level 2 heading. The first heading or first section that you want to include in your method section is the participants. So here you'll discuss the subjects that will be taking part in your study. You'll have another section for materials. I would label this instruments, and here you'll outline any questionnaires that you use, any observation sheets, any type of materials that you are using to collect your data. Then I would include a third section or third heading called procedure, and in the procedure I will talk briefly about the design of your study as well as the way in which you collected your data. And this page gives you some examples, but basically the procedure is you explaining how you are going about collecting your data. So will you apply a questionnaire first and then do a focus group or an interview? So basically you want to explain in terms of how you're collecting your data, so if someone else wants to duplicate your study, they're able to do so. So a few tips to remember when you're developing your method section. Do write it in the past tense. Again, provide enough information so that others can duplicate or replicate your study. Remember to use APA formats, so if you're using any instruments from someone else or from an outside source, you want to make sure that you include a citation to give credit to those who designed the instrument. That goes also for those instruments that you're adapting to your study. So maybe you used another instrument from someone else, but you adapted it to your own study. And finally, you want to make sure you proofread to make sure that there are no typos, grammatical errors that you missed. So take this into consideration when you're developing your method section.